So the new 6-star selector is out on global. This one is actually looking insane. We have up to 51 different operators to pick from. If you do enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe for more content. Let's get right into it. So this 6-star selector ticket is $29.99. This also comes with a free tempo alongside this, which makes this pack potentially the best value pack in the whole entire game. Only really comparing to the monthly pass that you can buy. Even though the monthly pass is very valuable, I still think the 6-star selector pack is better value, mainly because you get that guaranteed 6-star that you want. But now let's actually talk about the operators on the ticket. So we have 6 additional operators since the last ticket. That includes Irene, Ebenholz, Dorothy, Posey, Mlynar, and also Stainless, which does leave us with 51 different operators now available on this ticket. It's a very big ticket now, but let's actually talk about some info and some tips about the 6-star selector ticket then. So one of the most important things to know is that more operators will not be added to the ticket, so don't hold on to this ticket expecting to see Penance, Redalter, Lynn, Cubai, Ines, or Hollow Hayek. They will not be added to this. This ticket only comes with this 51 operators, and you're not going to see any additional operators. It is also important to mention there will be no limited operators on this ticket as well. Don't expect to see any limited units. This is solely just for non-limited units. And before you do decide to actually purchase this ticket, it is also worth mentioning you can only buy one of these 6-star selector tickets. You cannot buy several of these, so if you are trying to get several units, you can only get one, unfortunately. And also, this ticket will expire after 2 months from the launch of the event. Now, from what I understand from this ticket is, once the event actually starts, which will be on the 7th of November, the ticket will actually start expiring. Now, this is important in case you did think you could keep it forever, you cannot. But there is a reason you may want to hold on to this ticket, in case you do actually get the operator before the expiry date. For example, if I'm going for Serta, and I really want her, if I wait a month or at least just before the expiry date, I could theoretically get her off banner. If I'm pulling on a different banner just before the expiry date, it literally could happen. Of course, it is a very low chance, but if you want to be as efficient as possible, that is probably the best way to go about it. Now, let's talk about the reasons you might not want to go for certain units then, because of course there are some banners coming. Of course, in the actual expiry date, we have about 3 to 4 banners. These could get moved around a little bit, but here are actually banners that are coming up. Most importantly, we have a joint operations banner. This one looks really good. I know some of you might be deciding to pick a unit from this joint operations banner in the 6-star selector, so you might want to hold off. Maybe you want to try and pull on the banner itself, or even pull on the Ebenholz banner if you do want to pick him. Now, the next reason you might want to avoid picking certain operators, there is even more banners coming. These go past the expiry date, so it's not as easy to influence it, but of course there is a joint operations banner, Dorothy rerun banner, there's also a Front Hours free banner. Even though Ines and Penance are not actually on the 6-star selector, there are units on these banners that are, so maybe you do want to wait for these banners to come around before you pick the unit. You won't be able to pick the unit after these banners actually come, but maybe you want to just say, okay, I'm not going to pick them on the 6-star selector, I'm just going to pray I get them down the line on the banner. Now, the next reason is recruitment. Now, recruitment is a bit of a weird one because the actual chance of you getting a 6-star is very tough, but the amount of 6-stars that have been added to recruitment is actually kind of going up, and you will find that some operators that you do want to pick will be in recruitment. Here's actually the list of operators. We're basically going to actually highlight everything in orange if they are part of recruitment. You can make an argument that if they're not in recruitment, they're more efficient for your 6-star selector, but I want to preface that I don't personally think recruitment is a big deal. Yes, you have a chance of getting them in recruitment, but the chance is always very low. It's tough to get the 6-star you want specifically, and even getting the 6-star on it is already difficult enough. Now, there is also more obvious stuff like the standard banner, the Colonel standard banner that is pretty much just the standard banner as well. But we do also have the Colonel standard banner that you actually get to select what unit you want. Of course, this is very limited in units. Here's actually the list of units you can get. Personally, straight away I want to say that I wouldn't pull on this. This is not really worth pulling for unless you are desperate for the unit. I think it's much better to save your pulls for different banners that are coming. The banners that are coming in the future are just much better value. But of course, this can affect what you pick on your 6-star selector if you do actually end up pulling this banner. And here's actually a list of them together. So if a character has orange and blue, that means they're not only on the Colonel pick your own 6-star banner, but also in recruitment. So it is just something to think about if you are the person who actually is planning to get them maybe in recruitment, maybe in the actual pick your own 6-star. Now, the last thing to talk about is the Yellow Certificate Shop predictions. Of course, this is very important because the Yellow Certificate Shop is probably one of the best ways to actually get operators. All you have to do is save up Yellow Certificates. Here are some Yellow Certificate Shop predictions that are actually on the spreadsheet made by Hatred Destiny. I'm going to leave a link to this in the description. One thing to take into account is these are not 100% accurate because these are just predictions. We don't really know until it actually comes, but of course, this can affect what you really want to go for. Here's actually the list of operators coming this year and next year, listed in yellow if they will be in the Yellow Certificate Shop. Now we're just going to mix all three of them together, and technically all these units that have colors are the less efficient units to go for, but in my opinion, I don't really think this matters too much, especially since some of the options aren't exactly guaranteed to give you the operator. Like, Yellow Certificate Shops are great. I think that's actually something you should take into account. I think pick your own 6-star banner. I just don't think the value's there. I think the value, it just isn't there in actually pulling on that banner, especially with the cool operators that will be coming. And recruitment, of course, is just something I don't think even is worth talking about, mainly because you aren't guaranteed to get the operator. It's so tough to get 6 stars. But that, of course, is just my opinion. Now let's actually talk about what operator I'm going to go for and why. Now, of course, there is a lot of really good operators on this ticket, and I mean a lot of really good operators. It's almost a difficult choice. If you're a new player and you decided who to pick, good luck to you, honestly. I'm the type of person who would usually go off design, and in this case, I will probably do a mix of both. But if I had to instantly tell you what kind of operators I think are generally good, we have like Thorn, Surtur, Suzerain, Bagpipe, Golden Glow, Calcit, Mudrock, Gnosis, Mountain, Horn, Irene, and also Mlynar. Ozzy's a great unit as well. I know a lot of people also like Aethiala, but those are really just operators I have used in the past and I've just enjoyed using, and I think are generally pretty useful, at least for me. But do let me know down below what you guys think is the best choice. Do you guys think there's a strong operator that should be always picked by players? Do you think maybe there's a hidden gem among all of them? Make sure to let me know down below. But talking specifically who I would probably go for, straight away I want to mention Golden Glow. I'm probably more tempted to go for Golden Glow because she looks amazing. She has a Life 2D skin that's coming. I think it looks super nice. We also have Irene. Irene's third skill is absolutely amazing. E2 art. Her E2 art is really good. I love her character design. And of course, there's Mlynar, who's probably my very, very high choice as well. Very, very good unit. Looks really cool. He's also getting Life 2D art. And there is, of course, Surtur as well, which I'm actually missing to this day. Of course, Surtur's such a good unit. And I know a lot of people will say that Surtur is like probably the one operator that if you aren't sure who to pick, Surtur is never like a bad option. But for me personally, I'm just not that tempted to go for her. So I have 3 options to pick from. There are other good options as well, but these are the 3 that I'm actually interested in. Now, before I say who I'm going to pick, let me know in the comments who you think I'm going to pick. Make a prediction now. I'm going to straight away say that I'm going to actually take out Mlynar, mainly because I'm actually not a massive fan of his playstyle. I do like it a lot. He shrinks and he gets rid of pretty much everything there. But I'm actually not a massive fan of him because I feel like a pro won't be able to use him as well as other players do. So for me, I'm probably going to skip him for now. I think also Irene is a unit that, like, I really do love Irene. Like, I love Irene. My only real issue with her is actually her new skin. It's not that the skin is bad. I'm just not a massive fan of it, and I wish she had a more colorful skin. I just like skins that really, like, pop color, and there's a lot going on. With her skin, it doesn't really scream that to me, and also, even though I really do like her E2 art, if I had to compare it to Golden Glow, I just think Golden Glow has a lot more of what I'm looking for in a unit. So I think overall, if I had to pick a unit, I think a lot of people who actually do follow me already know this. I'm going to go for Golden Glow. I'm actually very hyped to go for her. She's such a cool unit. She is also a caster that can hit in global range with a 3rd skill, I believe, which is something that not many operators have. Be able to hit globally and also being able to have the drones explode and deal like large AoE damage at the same time is honestly something that's really, really nice. But that does pretty much cover everything I want to talk about in this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like. Honestly, it helps out so much with my channel. And if you could subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. But let me know who you're actually going to go pick down below. I'm very curious. I think majority of players are probably going to pick meta units. But I do implore you, go and be free and pick who you want. Because at the end of the day, this is a game. Try and have fun. Fun is more important than actually going for meta, but then again, meta is very good, so, you know, it's still something to think about. But anyway, thank you for watching, I will see you next one, and most importantly, adios.